Hello, Mr. Barry's Geometry. This is the naming arcs and arc measures. We're not to do 24 through 29 and 37 through 42. Remember that while you're going through this worksheet. So I'm going to take you through some of the odd ones. So the minor arcs for number 9. The minor arcs are going to be all those smaller arcs, the arcs that are less than a semicircle. So a semicircle is halfway, these halfway, so anything less than going halfway around the circle, if you will. So I have them listed here, and you might, instead of ED, you might go DE. So the letters might be backwards. So I have arc ED, CD, BC, BF, FD, EC, DB, and EF. The major arcs are going to be those arcs that are more than a semicircle, but not all the way around. And some of those, an example of that would be BDF. So you start with the first letter B, you go through the second letter D and F. It's, more than a half of the circle, but not all the way around, in other words. So BDF is an example. Another example would be CDB, CDB all the way around. That's leaving out this section right here, and so on. There's quite a few of them. So try to name as many as you can. When we're talking about the semicircles, we're talking about exactly halfway. So I just started naming them with the 2 letters, and I was like, no, I got to use 3 letters. So BCE, BFE, CBF, and CDF. And if you follow those arcs like CDF, you follow with the first letter, second letter, third letter, so CDF, so that's this way. And then notice I also had CBF, that's telling you to go this way too, okay? All right, taking a look at number 12, 13, 12, I went ahead and wrote these down. We were to assume that this was a diameter going straight across. I didn't like this because it didn't specifically tell us that. So I assumed that this was 90, and looking at my answers, I assumed correctly. They should tell you, though, that this is, that this is straight across, and if this is 90, that this is going to be 90. That this is perpendicular. BP is perpendicular to TD. They should say something like that. They didn't. I don't like that. But anyways. So this is, we're to think of this as 90. So from here to here, this is all 180 degrees. So 180 minus 128 leaves you with 52. So this angle is going to be 52. So now you're just going to add up all these. So like for the first one, TC is easy. TC is going to be the same as this measure here. So it's going to be 128. TBD, so you follow that order. TBD is going to be 180. 15. And so if I show you this instead of that paper, I can show you both here and there. 15, you're going to take 128 plus 52 plus 90 to get TCB. TCB, it's that 128 plus 52 plus 90. And that gives you the 270. Or you could think of, 128 and 52, you knew this was 180, so 180 plus 90. Or what's left? 90 is the only thing that's left. So you could take 360 all the way around a circle, remembers 360. So you could take 360 minus 90, and I do that in a couple of these problems. And that will give you 270 also. Several different ways. Let's take a look at 17. I did it that way. In order for us to find CBD, the only thing that was left was 52, so I took 360 minus 52 and it gave me what CBD would be. All of those measures would equal 308. 19 is 90, and I shouldn't have degrees there, I don't think. Yeah, I shouldn't have degrees there. I'm not taking an angle measure, I'm taking an arc measure, so don't put degrees there. Sorry about that. 19 and 21 are both 90-degree angle or 90-degree arcs, 90-degree angles relating to 90 measurement arcs. 23, the only thing that's left in 23 when we're looking for BCD is 90, so I take 90 subtracted from 360, which is the whole circle, and I'm left with 270. That was the easiest way to do that. Okay, now looking at 30 through 35, let's talk about those. Find the length of each arc shown in red and leave your answer as terms of pi. Well, I don't know if you could tell on your computer what is in red or not, or when you print it out, so I made mine red. So that's going to be this section right here. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take that measurement over 360, because it's a portion of that. And you're going to multiply it by, remember circumference, C equals pi times the diameter. So we're going to multiply that, the circumference formula, pi times d. We're going to multiply that portion of the circumference, multiply that times pi, and whatever the diameter would be. This is just a radius, 14, so the diameter would be 28. When you do multiply this out on your calculator, 45 over 360 times the 28, you end up getting 3.5 pi, and you leave it in terms of pi, so I don't have to multiply by pi, I just leave the pi alone. Or in other words, 7 pi over 2 centimeters, because I noticed on number 35 too, they didn't like, at least, you know, the teacher book answers didn't like it in decimal form, so I left it in fraction form also. Take a look at number 31. For 31, I had to take 180 minus 60 to get 120. So this is a diameter. So I know this is 60, so what's left is the 120. So I take 120 over 360 times pi times the diameter. You might be wondering how you put this in your calculator. Well, I put it in parentheses, and I do 120 divided by the 360 in parentheses, and then I just multiply. I just put 24 next to that parenthesis, because that would be multiplication. I hit equals, and I get 8. So that would be 8 pi feet. That would be 31. Try 32. You're just going to take, this is 90 degrees, so this is 90, so take 360 minus 90. Okay, and that's going to give you this, and then put that over 360, multiply it by pi, and what's 18 times 2? 36, so times 36. Take a look at number 33. Well, I do know that 30, I know this 30. I want to know everything else. So 360 minus 30 gives me 330. So once again, put in my calculator, 330 over 360 in parentheses times that 36 gives me 33 pi inches. And then 35, I know, you know, since this is vertical angles and all that, this is going to be 25 also. So I put 25 over 360 times the 18. I get 125, 1.25, but that 1.25 as a fraction is going to be 5 over 4, 5 pi over 4 meters is what the answer key really likes. It likes it in fraction form instead of decimal. Okay. Hopefully this helps, and good luck with those few that you have to do on your own.